Welcome to Talk Maniac. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating stories of our time, the rise of China. A country once torn apart by civil wars, famine, and colonial humiliation has now transformed into a global superpower that challenges the United States itself. But how did this transformation happen? What are the hidden secrets behind China's meteoric rise? And is this superpower as unstoppable as it looks? This is Inside China. Secrets of a superpower. Geography defines destiny. China is vast, stretching from the icy plains of Manchuria to the deserts of Xinjiang, from the Himalayan mountains to the rich coastlines of the east. But this vastness has always been both a blessing and a curse. The fertile Yangtze and Yellow River valleys created ancient civilizations, yet floods, famines, and invasions from the north constantly shaped Chinese resilience. For centuries, China saw itself as the Middle Kingdom, the center of the world. But this self-image was shattered in the 19th century during the Opium Wars, when Western powers forced China into submission. What followed was known as the Century of Humiliation. By 1949, China was broken, but then came Mao Zedong. His Communist Party seized power, promising to rebuild the nation. Mao united the country, but his rule was marked by catastrophic campaigns, the Great Leap Forward, which caused famine and millions of deaths, and the Cultural Revolution, which tore Chinese society apart. Yet Mao gave China something crucial: unity and sovereignty. For the first time in a century, China stood free from foreign domination. After Mao's death, a new leader emerged, Deng Xiaoping, and he quietly transformed China forever. Deng Xiaoping did something radical. While keeping Communist Party control, he opened China's economy to the world. Special economic zones were created in cities like Shenzhen, allowing foreign investment and private business. Factories sprang up, cheap labor fueled exports. The world's goods, from toys to electronics, now carried the label Made in China. Within 2 decades, China lifted 800 million people out of poverty, the fastest poverty reduction in human history. But this wasn't just economics, it was strategy. By becoming the world's factory, China tied its destiny to global supply chains. It became too big to ignore, too important to isolate. The 21st century saw China rise from a developing nation to a global giant. Its skyscrapers rose faster than New York's in the 20th century. High-speed trains connected cities at lightning speed. China built not just an economy, but an alternative model of governance: authoritarian capitalism, a one-party state that delivers growth without democracy. For many developing nations, this became an attractive model, and with rising wealth came military power. The People's Liberation Army modernized, building aircraft carriers, stealth fighters, and hypersonic missiles. In the South China Sea, artificial islands turned into military bases. China was no longer hiding its strength, it was projecting it. But Beijing had even bigger ambitions. In 2013, President Xi Jinping announced the Belt and Road Initiative, a modern Silk Road connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe through railways, ports, and pipelines. To some, this was economic cooperation. To others, it was debt-trap diplomacy, using loans to bind countries into China's orbit. From Sri Lanka's Hambantota port to African railways, China extended its influence across continents. This wasn't just about trade, it was about reshaping global geopolitics, placing China at the heart of a new world order. This wasn't just about trade, it was about reshaping global geopolitics, placing China at the heart of a new world order. China didn't just conquer factories, it conquered the digital future. Companies like Huawei, Tencent, and Alibaba turned China into a tech powerhouse. In artificial intelligence, surveillance, and 5G networks, China competes head-to-head with Silicon Valley. At home, this tech also serves the Communist Party. The Great Firewall censors information, while facial recognition and social credit systems monitor citizens. In China, technology is power, and power always flows to the party. But is China's rise unstoppable? Not quite. Behind the skyscrapers, cracks are emerging. Demographics: China is aging fast. Decades of the one-child policy mean fewer workers and more elderly citizens. Economy: growth is slowing, debt is piling up, youth unemployment is rising. Politics: Xi Jinping's grip is iron-tight, but dissent simmers beneath the surface. A system without opposition risks collapse when crisis hits. Global backlash: from trade wars with the US to tensions in the South China Sea, many nations now fear China's power. The dragon is strong, but it is not invincible. So where is China heading? Some see it replacing the United States as the next global hegemon. Others believe internal crises may limit its power. What's certain is this: China has already changed the world. It has rewritten the rules of global trade, technology, and geopolitics. Whether it rises further or stumbles, no one can ignore the Middle Kingdom anymore. Whether it rises further or stumbles, no one can ignore the Middle Kingdom anymore. This was Inside China, Secrets of a Superpower. Thank you for watching Talk Maniac. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories of our world. Until next time, stay curious.